WLWT investigates a twisted tale of lies, fake profiles, insurance fraud, and now a murder charge. A man once accused of faking an arson to frame his ex-girlfriend is now accused of killing his estranged wife. Thanks for joining us here at 6 o'clock. I'm Cherie Palello.
And I'm Mike Dardis. This case stretching across Ohio from Claremont to Huron counties and spanning decades. WLWT News 5's Karen Johnson here now live. And Karen, obviously this is a case that you've been keeping close tabs on for quite some time.
Yeah, for years, Mike. And I first heard the name Paul Hicks when the Claremont County Sheriff's Office released this video to us in 2019. It was after he was indicted on arson and perjury charges. And if this footage right here is not wild enough, what I uncovered next was even more disturbing. The deeper I dug into the investigation and into Hicks' past, the more twisted the story became. And now Hicks has been tied to a cold case homicide. In 2015, flames tore through this Goshen home. Security cameras documented the first blast, followed by fire racing from the kitchen into the living room. 20 minutes earlier, cameras also captured two people entering the home on Stumpy Lane with gas cans, removing TVs, and dousing the inside of the house. The woman in the video appears to be the ex-girlfriend of homeowner Paul Hicks.
I was in shock.
While this looked like the girlfriend who asked not to be identified when I interviewed her previously, it wasn't her.
There was proof that a mask was bought of my face.
Court records say Hicks went to extremes to frame his ex, had another woman purchase a custom mask from That's My Face, even had her buy a wig to match his ex's hair. Investigators say Hicks also bought the video surveillance system and protected the recording device inside a fireproof box so the so-called evidence would survive.
He wanted to hurt me, to take my son, because I left him. And the only thing that would hurt me would be put me in prison and take my son.
And he wanted insurance money, investigators said. Almost 4 years after the fire, Hicks was indicted on arson, perjury, and insurance fraud charges. The case, though, was met with delay after delay, a change in judges, prosecutors, a pandemic. All but the misdemeanor fraud count was dismissed in a plea deal. Hicks returned to northern Ohio, where he was from, and where a dark cloud from his past was still hanging over him. In 2001, Hicks' estranged wife, Regina, disappeared. 4 days later, her body was found in a car, submerged in a pond in Huron County. While her family had their suspicions, Hicks was never named a suspect. Until now. He was arrested last night, indicted for the murder of Regina Hicks 24 years ago. According to the indictment, Hicks knocked her unconscious, placed her into the passenger seat, and then drove the car into the pond with the driver's side window fully down.
It was like ripping a piece of your insides out, and you ain't gonna get that back.
Regina drowned. And Hicks did appear in court today on the murder charges. He entered a plea of not guilty. His bond was set at $2 million.
There are so many tentacles to this story. There was a civil suit where he was ordered to pay $400,000 to Allstate, but then there was a twist in that case.
Yeah, there's so much to it. Obviously, only a little bit I could fit into 2 minutes, but there was a civil suit. He did have to pay $400,000 to Allstate, but the woman who he allegedly hired to dress as his girlfriend, she was being questioned as part of the civil suit. She ended up dying while that investigation was taking place. Obviously, he's never been charged in connection. She did have health problems, but there is so much more to it. I have hundreds of pages of documents I'm still reading at this hour.
She's been doing this for 5 years. If you missed any of it, more on the website, WLWT.com.